Hello everyone and welcome back to Crusader Kings 2 as Tommen Lannister, the Lion King of the Rock. And in the last episode I ran into a problem because I had the wrong game rules, but I've now made sure to change them. So if we have a look at dragon hatching and taming, it's no longer Valyrian only. I never really meant to do that. I think for one particular series I wanted to have it, but it's not really all that great. So I have it put back on normal. It's hard enough as is to tame a dragon, so I think this is fine. But I've decided, because I didn't save, we're not going to go back to, a previous save or anything and try taming that dragon again. For now, we'll just live with it. I think we'll just attempt to tame him, and we just didn't do it, and now we're depressed. And I think we're a special kind of ruler. We're one who doesn't really like to stay at home. We're sort of nomadic in a sense. So we try and go on expeditions whenever we can. People have been asking or people have been suggesting that we should go to war, for example, with either the Ocean Road or Withers to the south, because they're currently fighting the Gardener King. We could also obviously try and break up the Stormlands because they're very scary, or we could go after the Iron Islands. Now the problem I have is that I have no casus belli for any of these regions, and Brendan of the North apparently just died in personal combat. He was slain by Lord Bogda Magna. Interesting. Well, so apparently they're still fighting their big civil war. How's it going for you? How is it going? Not particularly good. Losing by 21%. King Jorah of House Stark. Well, and you know what? It looks like the Karstarks are about to inherit. Interesting. But yeah, that doesn't really matter to me. As I said, we don't really have any possibilities of attacking these guys. I don't have any claims. Nothing I can press. At least last time I checked, that was the case. And yes, you're all creating titles. Very nice. Yeah, there's nothing I can do, and now this war ended anyways. But yeah, trust me, I checked. There's no war I could declare possibly. So I think what we'll do instead is we will make our way and go for another foreign tour. I think this fits our character so well. I think that even though we came back with riches and a Valyrian steel armor, we're an ambitious man. We won't rest, and I think we just like traveling. So in order to get rid of our depressed trait, I think we're gonna go ahead. Go ahead and go on to a new foreign tour. So let's do that. Yeah, and we will decide where we can travel to. The trade of the free cities entices me the most. The constructions of the great slave cities in Giska. Let me see what else we have. The Jade Sea or the Summer Sea would be a sight to see. I think, you know what? I think we're actually going to go to the Summer Sea, because I feel like this is the one where, you know, it's going to be nice weather all the time. I think this is going to be the one that will cheer us up the most. I think, at least. We'll see. So we're going to go to the Summer Sea, and a short visit. Tour should be a decent length. Or I wish to see all the world has to offer. I think we're going to go with everything. Yeah, we're going to even visit Nath and the Isle of Flies. Alright, definitely. We're going to go for that, and we shall return a better man. And I shall take my flagship, the Rock, on this tour. Yes, certainly. Yes. Oh my god, this is so cool. I really love having this flagship. That really adds to the immersion. And we have the Red Lion of Castamere, once again, as our regent. He's done a good job last time. And, you know, as I said, there's no reason not to trust the Castameres. Why do I keep saying that? The Reigns, obviously. The Reigns of Castamere. Alright, well, Lord Viserys Sunglass is now riding Neltharion into battle. Interesting. This dragon is Wrath. And that is giving him a taming chance. Oh, it's harder to tame this dragon. Interesting. Oh, I like that. Maybe we should have a look more, more of a look at these dragons, because that's actually really cool that they show that. Do you have a family? Yeah, you do. An unknown dragon. Because apparently traits such as strong and other things, they have a bigger impact now in determining these the taming chance for the dragons. But we have pirates. Pirates is the shout you hear all around the deck as a vessel bearing the flag of pirates is spotted on the horizon, sailing towards your ship. It approaches and crashes into the side of the ship, its crew of pirates jumping on board. You must prepare for fight. Alright, 82% repel them. That should be pretty easy. And you managed to repel the attacking pirates with great ease. They did not expect you to be so well defended and must have thought you have to be some petty trade ship. Yeah, certainly not. We are the mighty rock that is sailing the seas. And we're duelists, of course, with our... I don't know, I think we're actually wearing our Valyrian steel armor right now on the ship. So I think Valyrian steel armor is much lighter than regular steel armor. So there should be, there should be nothing that would hinder us from swimming should we fall into the water. But still, it gives us very great protection. So yeah. We're also almost out of debt, so that's nice to see. And after many days at sea, and on your flagship, the Rock, you have finally arrived at Lotus Point. You are very excited and cannot wait to explore these new lands and Summer Islander culture. So Lotus Point is right here. This is where we have arrived, a large summer town, and Lord Abrafo Xaxos, he is the one who is who's going to be informed of our arrival. An honorable man, so I hope that he's going to greet us warmly. And he also has a business focus. Interesting. If you are quietly having a drink in a local tavern, some of the other men there make repeated japes about how you look and the clothes you wear. Clearly in their drunken stupor, they do not understand you are a foreigner in their land, as opposed to being someone they believe to be slightly deformed. As the japes get more and more vulgar, they start to threaten you to get out of the tavern before they beat you to a pulp. Alright, so apparently we don't really have much luck with drunken sailors. They don't seem to like us. They always seem to make fun of us for some reason. But a proud man and a brave man, and even Roth, we're not going to have that shit. Yeah, we're going to fight. 82% that we win. And you engage in a quick fight with the three men and manage to rapidly beat them to the ground with relative ease. Turns out they were all talk and no show. Well, at least we can finish our drink now, so there we are. In Lotus Point. The flagship The Rock finally sails into Lotus Point. You may snap if the captain recites 99 Seni horse for me, none for you again. Interesting. You so eagerly disembark and head into the city, where the guard greets you. You have a hard time understanding his words, but his smile coupled with the bright feathers in his gear assures you it's a friendly in nature. So you nod and he takes you in. The guard escorts you through the merchant quarter. The air filled with the smell of spices and noises of exotic animals as you are hastily dragged through. The guard pulls you along and you arrive at the gate of Lord Abrafo Xaxos' keep. How marvelous. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at that lady. Well, we're not lustful and we're married, so yeah, regardless. And what is this? The hills and mountains of the west are famous for their ample supplies of gold and silver. We have located a new seam, which apparently might yield much precious metal. Shall we build a new mine? Sure, we lose money. 30% it's going to be a failure. 35% is going to be some success. 25 returns some gold. Okay, so there's only a 30% chance of failure. 70% chance of at least getting something out of it. So certainly we're going to do that. We're going to invest and perhaps a new mine. Ah, that'd be so cool. We kind of need some money. Yeah. It's time for you to leave your current location and move on to your next destination. Time is short and there is so much to see in this world. Onwards to Heartvale. Now I think Heartvale is down here. Yes, okay, so this is what we're going to be visiting next. And we have arrived. Yes. And whilst you were stopped in Heartvale, some fighters approached you and their leader asked if they could join you on your travels. They noticed that you were not of this land and thought that you would be their best chance to explore the world. Xaro. You know what? Actually, yeah, more fighters are always welcome. He's not particularly great, but I'll take him. I'll take him, actually. I like that. Yeah. And winter is finally coming to an end. Well, we're not particularly concerned since we're in the Summer Islands. I will make you my... Oh, I can only make you my cupbearer. What happened to my other cupbearer? I would have actually wanted to make him a bodyguard. Alright, let me see. Is there anyone? Marvin Sarsfield, Master at Arms. My advisor. You're trusting man. Kind man as well. I need someone who's a bit paranoid, maybe. Reynard. I mean, he's stubborn, he's deceitful. He's a bit arbitrary as well, but then again, he likes us quite a lot. And he is paranoid. So I think he would make a good cupbearer. Not necessarily. Yeah, probably. I'll go with Reynard. We'll see how he does. And yeah, let's actually lock this there. Heartvale. The captain brings our flagship into Heartvale Harbor and docks alongside a swan ship being loaded. You enter the merchant quarter and breathe in the scent of 100 spices mingling together in a beautiful chord. you eventually reach the House of Pepper Merchant. You get a few peppercorns and pop them into your mouth. After an initial pleasant burn, the heat overwhelms your throat, causing you to cough. Despite it, you enjoy the freshness and flavor and plan to buy a crate on your return. Come again. You leave, turning your attention towards the palace of Prince Kobar Mo, the one that we'll stay with. Okay, very marvelous indeed. And that was it. Okay, so we're gonna now go to Malu, which I think is one of these islands, isn't it? I think that might be this island. I love little X. No. Oh, this is it. Yeah, there we go. All right, so we've arrived here, and as you walk through the streets, you come across a group of peasants. Do I care for these people? I'm not particularly cheerful man, and we don't really have money to just give out. So yeah, I don't care for these people. Sorry. Malu, a call rings out from a group of swan ships as you enter the waters of Malu. The captain brings your flagship alongside one of them, where brightly clad marines stand, gold bows in hand. The marines look through your holds and ask the captain several questions, but soon escort your ship into the port. You're greeted by a great many beautiful pale flowers lining the outer wall of the city as you pass from the harbor. The black plants pop the bright white petals. You look over the local merchandise and decide on a piece of exotic fruit, enjoying it as you make your way with Prince Nyajoni. Alright, well, we're gonna go to the Red Flower Bay. So far, we haven't had any... Oh, what's this now? During your journey across the seas, your ship was hit by a terrible storm. Ooh, this is a bad storm. The ship was violently rocking back and forth, and you tried to cling on to anything to keep steady, whilst your men tend to keeping the ship on course, and more importantly, in one piece. There's a 39% chance we are hit by some debris from above and are injured, but the ship managed to make it through the storm. Okay, interesting. But yeah, luckily we have managed to get the ship under control. Well, that's a relief, certainly. Where is the Red Flower Bay? And I do not care for these peasants. I'm sorry. Where is the Red Flower Bay? I'm pretty sure it's somewhere here. Red Flower. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there it is. Alright, so the captain raises the sails as the rock drifts into the Red Flower Bay, docks, and makes berth at one of the piers. You cross over the drawbridge as you pass through the elegant stone walls into the city. Below you is a deep moat filled with the newly flowered tiger lilies. As the sunlight hits them, you stop and watch. The waters take on a red hue, reminding you of blood. Your rest ends quickly as new travelers push past you, so you follow suit and enter the merchant quarter. Skimming over the local products, nothing catches your eye, and so you move on through Prince Udo's palace. Interesting. Alright, and now we're going to go to Golden Heart, which is right down here. So we're truly visiting basically all the important places, and yeah. So it's going to be a fight again with these sailors. Well, they're no match for us. Okay. We enter Golden Heart Harbor, maneuvered by the captain into one of the open slips. You approach the gate of the ages-old Golden Heart walls. In the midst of the bustling market sits a black stone statue. You become enamored by the statue, so different from any of the gods, having 8 sets of teats, with a wine chalice in one hand, the other stretching upwards. Amazing, isn't it? Tonight you can observe the moon ceremony, when the statue appears to be holding the moon, with the town gathers in reverence. For you now have an appointment with Prince Doshurobiabaku. You nod and you follow the god. Interesting. So that is the famous goddess of the Summer Islands. And now we're going to go onwards to Nath. And my son, apparently under our guidance, although we're not home, is slowly mastering the art of swordsmanship. Well, that's great to see. He needs to learn a lot more though. My master at arms has improved one of our commanders, Lord Lambert, of Red Bramble. Lord Turnberry, and we've got pirates again. Oh my god. Ooh. And we managed to repel the attacking pirates, but in the fight you take a wound. In the end you are still the victor, as your wound may heal, but they are not going to be coming back to life anytime soon. Alright, well it had to happen at some point. We're not only depressed, but also wounded. Alright, the miners toiled hard and fast and managed to bring up a fair amount of ore, but not enough to call the mine a profitable venture. People admire the ambition though. Alright, so basically, we gained a little bit of prestige in like 1 gold. So, you know, I suppose it's better than nothing. Okay, we finally arrived in Nath. Hopefully not gonna get the fever here. As I wandered through the streets, I overheard some local traders talking with each other about setting up a trade route to my homeland. It would be the most beneficial to me if I could aid them in starting the trade route and take a cut of the profits. Ooh, look at that. 50% chance. Come on. Come on, we can do it. Oh, yes! You shake the merchant's hands, concluding a deal for goods to be traded between Nath and the Rock, and pocket a nice profit for yourself. This is most prosperous, 50 gold. This is much better than the gold mine we had. And there it is, Nath, the Isle of Butterflies. You pace the deck, waiting for the captain to approach Nath. Instead, you hear, you don't go inland during the day. The islands will kill you if you do. The sun finally sets, and you stumble through the growth. You fall upon a group of Nathi and follow them into a village. As you walk through the streets, you sense their tension, and they are giving you a wide road. What does that mean? I'm not sure. You make your way around the village, looking over exotic insects and fine silks until one of the villagers finally approaches you and motions. You smile and agree, following to a large hut, and are introduced to Prince Marcellin. Kizve. Alright. Well, I guess that was it. We're gonna... Oh, we could always cut this short. Interesting. Well, no, we're gonna go and continue onwards to the Isle of Flies. They're the pirates. Now, this could be particularly dangerous. We fought many pirates already, so I wonder how this is gonna go. After many days at sea, we have arrived, and I do not care for these people. I certainly do not. A stench carries on the wind out over the waters. The captain sails the flagship towards the Isle of Flies. The captain lays anchor and lowers the skiff. Good luck in there. As soon as your feet touch the sand, you are swamped by flies. The air grows heavy, and you find your boots sinking deep into the rank mud. Your skin begins to itch and burn wherever the muck touches. You finally free yourself from the sludge and find an old stone keep in a clearing. A shade passes the edge of your sight and grabs you, forcing you to jump. The figure raises the mask. I'm Corsair Rudo of Death Isle. Huh, interesting. I thought he was going to imprison me for some reason, but he did not. So we can go on to the Aksai, which is that one over there. Alright. And apparently we have improved relations with one of our vassals. And Oh, my wife is pregnant. Well, I mean, here's the thing. We're a trusting man. So I guess we haven't been on tour for that long. Because of all the events popping up, we don't actually get to go forward in time that much. So I think, I don't know how much time we spend. But anyways, whilst I was walking down one of the streets of Aksai, I took a wrong turn and stumbled into a local brothel. The numerous Basilisk Island beauties that reside here do look quite enticing. Now, I must say that we're here because we want to lose our depression. And I don't see any trait here that shows us as particularly temperate or chaste or honorable or any of this. So I think we're certainly going to have our fun here. So we're going to potentially become lustful. We didn't anyway, so yeah, there we are. I have no idea why you'd want to visit this place. Pirates run the islands, the captain says. Safer to put you on shore. The ship will be ready to sun up. Will be ready come sun up. Alright, there we are. The captain disappears before the bow meets Aksai. You stumble along the path, the torchlight catching on small exposures of cut stone long abandoned to the growth. As you begin to approach a fort, several men surround you. Corsair Mundeluxor likes to see all newcomers to the island. You start to backstab, but the men grab your swords. Oh, grab their swords. No exceptions. Interesting. Alright, well, apparently that was it, though. Onwards to Talam. So now we're going back over here. Okay, and we have apparently improved relations with the Storm King. That's fine. And the practice of the first night is fully legal in the Rock, and you are not adverse to practicing it from time to time. One peasant who you had such an encounter with has had a child, and by all accounts, it looks very much like you. Interesting. That is not my child. Local revolt risk is denounced becoming fatherless. Bastard daughter can be legitimized later. Legitimize it. Okay, what are we gonna do? Well, I think we're trusting in a sense that if some peasant comes up, we'll probably say, okay, that's my child. Now, are we gonna acknowledge it? I think we might acknowledge it. But why? I don't know. I think we'll acknowledge it. Yep, sure. We'll acknowledge this child, and we'll give her a focus of well, etiquette. There you go. Enjoy. After many days, we finally arrive at Talam. I don't know why you've such an urge to visit these Forsaken shores. Our captain is rather pissed. I mean, I'm honestly not sure why we're spending, that much time in the Basilisk Isles, but, the captain bemoans as the flagship The Rock pulls into Talon. As you make land, the numerous Harkers paddle wares taken from ships coming out of ports the world over. You look over the various goods, but don't find anything interesting, so continue on into the slave market. You watch on as the pirates parade out gold-eyed captives from Nath and olive-skinned slaves from Gis, raising more than 1,000 dragons before a pirate calls to you. Good day, my lord. I take you are here to meet Corsair Squasso Saluco. I'll show you to him. Alright, well, we shall see. And, apparently, it is time to leave for the current location, and we start to miss home, so I guess we're gonna go back home now. Yep, and our wound has actually healed up. Very nice. Okay, but we are still depressed, so it didn't really help. Okay, we're starting to miss home. Yes. And apparently there we are. After visiting many exotic places and meeting many interesting people, you have finally returned home as your tour comes to an end. Okay, we gain a lot of prestige. And our regency has ended. Well, we're going to give you your title back because you've done an amazing job. There's nothing that happened. Oh, and we still have our kin imprisoned. Now, I remember he was calling for a trial by combat, but apparently his champion never arrived, so we'll call him for trial, and we shall see what happens. There's the Ironborn. Filthy Ironborn. Lord Lancel has demanded a trial before the court, which Sir Timus shall oversee, and he did not seem very impressed, and Sir Timus, my friend, made a poor case as well. So, he is proven innocent. Well, I will release him then, I suppose. There's not much of a choice we have, so he is released. But we can imprison him again. Really? No, we cannot. That makes no sense. Wait, I can imprison him again? No, I cannot. Alright, yeah, that doesn't really make much sense because he's immune to hostile actions. Alright, great. Well, then that's the way it's going to be. And a new dragon rider. This dragon's not particularly good though. Alright, well, we need to get rid of our depressed trait before we can do anything. But a son was born. He never lived. He was attractive too. Yeah, wow, there's a 2% chance that we die. Well, we didn't, luckily, but this is not good. This is not good. Our wife miscarrying is really not helping us. Oh well. Is there anything we can do? Can we train you? No. Alright, well, I suppose at this point, we'll just have to, we'll have to find another way to get rid of our depression. I tried this 4 and 2, I thought that might work, but apparently it didn't. In any case, I think we'll end this episode here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.